Hey guys, I am back by popular demand. Maybe a couple days ago I did a video showing you guys the true texture of my hair so that you can understand the motivation behind my hairline. You understand my why is she doing it? And of course, I mentioned before that I wanted to be able to manage my hair. I had started my natural hair growth journey, didn't know a lot about it, a lot of trial and error, became a product junkie. Didn't like the products, didn't like how they felt on my hair, didn't like the results that I was getting. And then I started mixing and thinking about what the hair needs. And that's pretty much how I came up with it. And then it used to be just my little private stash until some friends may have used it and said, oh, I really like this, or maybe you need to share this. This is good. So that also may have inspired me because my friends and family were witnessing to it as well. So I don't claim to be a hair or skin expert. I'm not a cosmetologist, nor am I a esthetician or anything like that. However, I do have an expertise. And being a doctor and knowing the body, understanding the human body, understanding anatomy, biology, physiology, and the biochemistry of the body, I am able to apply those principles when it comes to hair and skin care. So that's pretty much the basis how I was able to do this. So I'm going to try to make this a very short video, but the style of it is going to be something like question and answer. But before I get to that, I was getting ready to change up the back of the hair because, as you know, in the other video, it was in the high ponytail afro. And it's been a couple days, so I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little tired of that. And then some of the beads fell out, so I know I have to re-secure them because I didn't do a good job when I first was doing it, and I'll explain that a little later too. So I have begun with my blowout. So I've blown dried the half of it, of the back, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do something like a twist out or a braid out. I'll see what I'm inspired to do, but I will post pictures on Instagram and Facebook of the finished product. As I mentioned before in the other video, I had started that was the intention of what I was doing a couple of days ago, but because I untwisted it too soon, they were still wet, and then I had all these different textures and curl patterns, so I just said forget it, I'll just wear it in a high ponytail afro, and that's what I was doing. But now I'm going to make sure that it dries, and then I'm going to post pictures to show you guys the final product once it does dry. Okay, so I'll get right on into the question and answers to answer the questions that I got. As it pertains to I'll start with the hairstyle, some of the questions that came with the hairstyle. No, I do not use rubber bands on natural hair. It's a big no-no. What I did, however, and since I do have a missing, I can show you guys. Since I have this braid here, the beads came out. So to kind of show you guys where the braid stops, what I did was I tried to go just a little bit above it and twist it, and it didn't work. The weight of the beads plus the gravitational pull, that just didn't work. And then I had to be able to move my head, right? So I couldn't be out here like mannequin face and not be able to move my head. So what I did was, you can kind of tell that I had to use that 1.5 inches that you see here. I had to use that, and I'm not really pulling very hard. I'm not pulling down to its tension. I'm just pulling enough to show that that's how much hair that I had to flip back up over. And I'll use this as an example. I'll pull some of these beads up for you to see in this example. So I took that much hair and wrapped it back up around to secure it, and that is how it's worked a lot better. So a lot of the beads that have come out, I didn't use that technique because I didn't know. And it was, like I said, it was trial and error. It was the first time that I tried it, so I had to figure that out as I went. So that's where we are now. So no, I don't use rubber bands. I do use ponytail holders, but I don't use the traditional scrunchies. Everything is satin based. So let me show you what I have here. They're satin based. They're stretched out because I've had them for years. Okay, so and of course I love burgundy. It's become one of my favorites. I think it's because it's in the red family. So whenever I don't feel like having red, I love burgundy. But these are my satin ponytail holders. It's just better for the hair. Instead of the other material, whether it's cotton, polyester, nylon, whatever that is absorbent. So no matter what oils or whatever we're putting to moisturize our natural hair, it's absorbing it. So I get the satin ones because it's not going to absorb it, and it will slide off a lot better, so that we don't have to worry about it. Because see, with this textured hair, there's a lot of tangles, and the hair tangles upon itself. So when you look at one side of my head, this has more tangles, or more tangle prone, I should say, than this one, where all of the hairs are, the curls are stretched, the hair fibers are kind of going in the same direction. So it's easier to manage, easier to detangle. Whereas this side is going to take a little extra TLC, especially if you're trying to keep your hair. So if you're someone like me that's on a hair growth journey, and I'll be clear about that, it's not about growing the hair, because your hair grows without you thinking about it. It's about retaining the length that you have so that you can see signs that your hair has grown, okay? So this side more tangled than the others, than this side. So one of the things as a type 4, and I'll say it again, I am a type 4 Afro kinky curly textured, that's what I have, right? We have 80% shrinkage, and our hair is more prone to tangling upon each other because of the tight coils that it forms when moisture is applied. If you want to reduce hair loss, number one reason for that, besides dryness, then maybe I shouldn't say the number one. One of the main reasons for hair loss is breakage. Well, what can lead to hair breakage? Tangles. And then if you're not properly detangling them, then you can lose strands. Every strand counts. Every strand counts. So that leads me into one of the questions that I had, how I detangle fingers. For the past, remember I told you it was October 2015. It was the last time that I had straightened my hair. But I also had color in my hair. So it was from here down that it was colored. And that was something else. When it came to detangling, them colored ends, because the cuticles were raised, the porosity of the hair was changed, it made detangling just a pain. I couldn't wait to cut off those colored ends and just deal with my natural hair, which detangling became a breeze. And then I was able to retain more of my length and keep moving from there. So I want to just show you guys some of the other things that I use. So yes, I start with the fingers, because your fingers have a lot of sensitivity that you can feel certain things that the comb won't. And rather than just snatching the comb through your hair and ripping it out, your fingers can kind of help you out with that. So after the finger part, I go to the wide tooth comb, and then I go to this size comb afterwards. Okay, sometimes I do use this on the ends, and then I use this for parting, because I could just use my fingers, but sometimes I want clean parts. Then I didn't use this a lot, and as my hair got longer and it's very thick, but I have used the Tangle Tees before. That's not a bad option. I've used that before. And then I have my modified Denman brush, and just to kind of show you guys how I took every other row out and modifying the Denman brush. So these are some of the tools that I've used in detangling, in addition to my fingers. And the longer the hair has gotten, the more I've started to incorporate those tools now that I kind of know what it feels like, and I'm not ripping my hair out. But in the beginning, when I had to learn, I was using my fingers a lot. There's another device that I use to have my high ponytail. This is what was used, and it's a little clamp, and it allows for the hair to kind of fall, and then that way you don't have to always use a ponytail holder when you want to do something like an updo, and I love updos. It is from puffcuffhairclamp.com. That's where I use, and I will show you guys here. Puffcuffhairclamp.com. Alrighty. So, do I use a pre-poo? Yes, I do pre-poo my hair And pre-poo is basically prepping the hair before you shampoo, and that's usually with clarifying. That is not one of the products that's out yet. It will be coming. I just haven't finished that formulation to where it has a shelf life. And I try to keep everything as natural as possible, so I'm still working on that. But the products that we definitely have, and I'm going to combine two questions to answer here. This is the applicator bottle that I use for my clarifying shampoo. I do my hair in sections when it's in the water because, again, it shrinks all the way up, and I need to keep it stretched for manageability. So even at the wash bowl or in the shower when I'm washing it, it's in 6 sections. A lot of people may use 4 sections, but because of the thickness of my hair and I have so much of it, I use 6. Also with the hair growth oil, it's in an applicator bottle just for easy application and getting it to be, because, you know, to do this, you know, I don't know how effective that is in making sure that each strand has some kind of oil or protectant on it. This is the little bottle that I use for my daily conditioning / detangling spray. That stuff is great. It's awesome. I am still working on the deep conditioner, that formulation that's in the making as well. So my recommendation, because I use a lot of food-like products right now, but I would not put that on the shelf, or I would find a way that makes it safe and natural at the same time. So my recommendation to those who want to use deep conditioning, I would say use whatever you've been using until mine comes out. But for them, I do have the clarifying shampoo, the hair growth oil, the daily conditioning spray. That's also a detangler. And I use this before I put the deep conditioner on, because all of my products are pH balanced and pH appropriate for whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether you're at the conditioning phase, shampoo stage, wherever you are. And when the pH of the product change, it's going to do something different to the hair shaft. So it's either going to raise the cuticles or close the cuticles. And we know that with deep conditioning, it's going to raise it. So when I'm trying to get product through the hair, I don't want to have to fight with those cuticles raising up. So I may, right after the shampoo bowl, while the hair is still damp, I'll spray my conditioning spray onto the hair, finger, then use the wide tooth, then use this one, and then I will use my hands and smooth the conditioner over and then get under the heated dryer so that it can get underneath. That's order has worked more for me than putting the conditioner on first and then trying to comb through it or go through it. It just seems like it took longer going in that direction. So that is what I did. As far as how do I sleep with it? Okay, that question. I have a slap. It's old and it's been washed a trillion times, but this is the satin line cap, and everyone, I know some of us have seen those sponsor commercials on Facebook for this one. And whenever if I can't find it or it's dirty, because I only have one, and I don't know why I didn't buy another one. Just lame. I have also my satin pillowcase here too. I just washed it. So I get lazy. Sometimes I don't feel like, and then all these darn beads, didn't feel like doing that. So sometimes I'm just gonna go to sleep on my special little pillow. I can't think of any other questions. I should have written them down so I could have addressed them at this time, but I'm gonna go on and close the video with this. And again, all the links to get to the online store. I'll even put a link that's going to go directly to a great hair, skin, and nail vitamin from a supplement company that I just swear by. And I'll ask them. I could say who they are. I don't want to do anything against the law, but I will put the link as to how to get it. I do not produce the supplements myself. No, I'm just a distributor. I go through a company, but I have tried it with myself for many years. Family and friends use the supplements, and I definitely recommend them to my patients because I've gotten results from them. And I'll do a separate video talking about the supplements in the supplement industry. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. And I will see you guys in the next video.